people haven't fully understood. One of the causes of the terrible crisis we had over the last few years, which has given us today's problem, it came from people being pushed into buying houses, taking out loans that they couldn't afford. Part of that was a conservative view that rental housing was a bad thing. I had been trying with a lot of others to try and continue programs to build decent rental housing for people. What we had were people in power who didn't like that, and they said, no, no, we'll help them become homeowners. Well, people were pushing home ownership who shouldn't have been there. So what I did today, because we have now in Barack Obama, a president who understands this, that if you are low income in America, if you're poor, you probably are not going to be able to afford a home. People have said to me, well, wouldn't you want to own a home? Sure, I'd like to eat more and not gain weight. But you can't be unrealistic about what's going to happen. And so I met with a group of people today who are very responsible advocates for building decent, affordable rental housing.
But how does that, I hear the point, and I'm glad you're on the case there, Congressman, but how does that ultimately lead to home ownership? Because you can't tell me you want to sell these folks short on the American dream.
Well, it may not lead to home ownership. Yes, I don't want to sell them short. I want to recognize, though, Tavis, that they may come up short. Pretending people can do something they can't do is no favor for them. I wish we could do something about income inequality in America, and I'm for that. I would like to get better education all up and down the social sphere so people can earn more money. I'd like to bring down the cost of housing. But at the point when people are making, frankly, $30,000 or $40,000 a year in much of this country, they're not going to be able to afford a home. And if you pretend that they can, you get them into trouble.